How are you, grade 3? Welcome to our new science lesson. Today, we will start with lesson 1 in unit 6. What is a fossil? Our objective for today, to analyze and interpret evidence of organisms that lived long ago and look for patterns in their fossils. What is a fossil? The remains or traces of an organism that lived long ago. These are some pictures of fossils. Please open your books on page 352. Clues to the past. Fossils tell us much about the past. They tell us about organisms that once lived on Earth. They tell us about the environments in which the organisms lived. Fossils can even tell us how some organisms have changed over time. Please look at question 3. Try to solve it, then we'll check the answers together. Choose an organism that lives on Earth today. Describe how it might become a future fossil. How long do you think the process will take? I will give you time to think, then we'll solve it together. Are you ready? A leaf that is quickly buried in sediment after it dies could form a future fossil. Over thousands to millions of years, the sediment would turn into rock and the imprint of the leaf would remain. We are still on page 352. Question 4. Look at the images. Identify the object that was fossilized. The first one is shell. Excellent. The second one, very good, leaf. Now, my lovely students, go to page 353. Look at the fossils on page 352. What evidence does each fossil provide for the type of organism that left it and its environment? Try to answer this question by yourself. Let's check our answers. These types of shells and leaves look similar to the shells and leaves I can see today. The shell tells me that the rock formed in water. The leaf represents a dry land environment, possibly a forest. Now please go to page 354. We have so many types of fossils. Some fossils like bones and teeth are the remains of organisms. Others are simply the shapes of ancient organisms that were preserved in rocks. Some fossils are pieces of once living things. Others are whole organisms. Read about some different types of fossils and how they formed. Look at the first picture. The shell impressions in this rock are one type of fossil. Another type of fossil formed when the impressions were slowly filled with minerals. Second picture. Some fossils like this mammoth form when an organism becomes trapped in water that freezes and becomes ice. This fossil is more than 40,000 years old. Which existing animal does the mammoth resemble? Excellent. Elephant. We are still on page 354. Look at the first picture. This is petrified wood. This fossil formed when the wood of the plant was replaced by very hard minerals over time. Look at the second picture. This fossil formed when all the moisture of the leaf was pressed out, leaving only a thin coating of carbon behind. Now open your books on page 355. Look at the first picture. What do you see? Yes, an insect. Organisms can get trapped in sticky tree sap and die. As the sap hardens, the organisms become fossilized in the sap, which is called amber. Look at the next picture. These footprints formed when the soft mud around them turned to rock. Footprints are trace fossils that record the activities of once living organisms. Why do you think fossilized insects are often found preserved in amber? Excellent. Many types of insects live in and around trees, where sap that becomes amber is made. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to do question 7 on page 355. See you soon. Bye bye.